You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, soap opera fans, I've got your 2025 Daytime Emmy predictions. The awards show is on tonight, so we'll find out the official results. But for right now, it's Belinda from Soap Dirt. Click that subscribe if you're not following us. We're going to go through this category by category, and we'll see if you agree or disagree with me. Definitely drop your comments on who you'd like to see win in every category. Let's start with Outstanding Emerging Talent. And this is what they replace the younger actor with. So it's not somebody who necessarily has to be young, but somebody new to the genre. So I will say there's one nominee I'm not going to touch on. It's a girl from the Bay. I don't watch it, so I can't speak to the show. But we've got Lisa Yamada from Bold and the Beautiful, who plays Luna Nozawa. Her reel was her killer scenes from last year when she had Steffy Forrester in a cage and she got arrested and all that. Ashley Puzemis plays Holly Jonas over on Days of Our Lives, and she was nominated for scenes in early 2024 when she OD'd and let her boyfriend Tate take the fall. AnnaLynne McCord is also nominated from Days of Our Lives. She plays Kat Greene, and she was pretending to be Abigail Devereaux in her Emmy reel. Christian Weissmann from Bold and the Beautiful plays Remy Pryce, and his creepy Photoshop stalking was fully on display in his reel. So I do think Lisa Yamada should walk away with this one easily. I think Bold is going to win on Outstanding Emerging Talent. Not for a lack of talent from the others, but just because these scenes were when she went from sweet to villainous. It was a jaw-dropping transformation of a character, and I think she's going to be our winner. Next, let's talk about Outstanding Guest Performer. We had Allie Mills as Heather Weber on General Hospital. She always does good work, but 2024, she didn't have a lot of material, and it wasn't as strong as when she won before. She got out of prison, and then she left town with Stephen Lars. That was it. Linden Ashby over on Young and the Restless played Cameron Kirsten. He was actually dead and a imaginary figment in somebody's mind that had been drugged. He did top-notch work on his Back from the Dead to Torment Sharon scenes. Clint Howard as Tom Starr on Bold and the Beautiful. He was a druggy singer that got killed. It was kind of a weird turn. His big claim to fame is he is director Ron Howard's brother. Jacqueline Grace Lopez on General Hospital played singer Blaze. She was part of the surrogacy storyline because she was dating Christina and she wanted her and Blaze to keep the baby. Her part of that storyline wasn't the strongest material, and then she just up and left. Avery Pohl plays Esme Prince over on General Hospital. She was only on camera for a few episodes, long enough to go overboard and die with Spencer Cassadine. Valarie Pettiford plays Amy Lewis over on Young and the Restless. She had just come to town saying she was the mom of Nate's brother and was battling cancer. That was her reel. For me, I think Linden Ashby from Young and the Restless should win it based on his scenes, but Valarie Pettiford might win it. She's a really good actress. She came in strong. The other actors are all good, but I think Linden had the strongest material. Outstanding Supporting Actor. Gregory Harrison is Gregory Chase over on General Hospital. He had all these ALS scenes before he finally died. They were incredibly well done. Jonathan Jackson was nominated for his return to General Hospital as Lucky Spencer. You know, he was there and then just poof, gone. Also from General Hospital, we had Taj Bello as TJ Ashford. He did great funeral scenes and breakup scenes for the surrogate baby that died. Blake Barris from Days of Our Lives played Everett Lynch and his alter ego. His reel was a mistake. They accidentally sent in a rough cut. And Michael Graziadei from Young and the Restless, he played Daniel, and his scenes with his sister Summer and Sharon at the hospital were part of his reel. I think Gregory Harrison's ALS storyline should carry him to the win. I know Jonathan Jackson's a multiple Emmy winner, but I don't think this is his year. Taj Bello could get it, But what's interesting to note is of all the actors nominated, only Michael Graziadei is still active on the show. His work was very solid. I think Gregory Harrison should take this one, but if not, it'll be Taj Bello. Outstanding supporting actress Courtney Hope as Sally Spectra over on Young and the Restless. She had great scenes, including the anniversary of the death of her baby that played out in the midst of a breakup. Kate Mansi as Christina Corinthos on General Hospital, that surrogacy storyline where she was going to steal the baby she promised to her sister. Lindsay Godfrey as Sarah Horton on Days of Our Lives. She did hospital scenes after her mother-in-law Fiona ran her down and left her paralyzed. Susan Walters as Diane Jenkins on Young and the Restless. Her reel was the aftermath of learning her husband took pills and some other scenes with her son, Kyle. Emily O'Brien was nominated as Teresa Donovan on Days of Our Lives, and those were her goodbye scenes leaving Salem in shame. Emily already said she doesn't feel like this is her year, and I agree. I think it's going to be down to Courtney Hope or Kate Mansi. I'm not a huge fan of how they've rewritten Christina, and the surrogacy story was very frustrating, but Kate did good work. I think Courtney did strong work as well, but I actually think Kate Mansi might take it. Outstanding lead actor Dominic Zapronia plays Dante Falconeri on General Hospital, and his scenes centered around Sam McCall's death and the engagement right before she died. We also have Peter Bergman plays Jack Abbott on Young and the Restless, and he had those similar scenes, pivotal scenes with him and Melody Thomas Scott when she was going through a binge drunk spiral and he was trying to get her out of it. Greg Rickart from Days of Our Lives plays Leo Stark, and he submitted scenes of him babysitting little Jude when Sloane had kidnapped him. Eric Martzoff from Days of Our Lives plays Brady Black, and he submitted scenes screaming at Kristen, which that could be any year at any time. Brady's always screaming at Kristen. Paul Telfer from Days of Our Lives was nominated for his work as Xander Kiriakis. Strong material from when his awful mom Fiona was on and ran over and paralyzed his wife. Out of all these, I really think the strongest is Dom Zapronia's work with Sam's death. I do think Peter Bergman did really good work as Jack dealing with struggling Nikki, but I feel like it's Dom's year to win it. I mean, he does solid work every day. Peter's work was nearly as strong, but I'm feeling Dom for this one. Outstanding lead actress Michelle Stafford from Young and the Restless as Phyllis Summers. She submitted scenes from the Sharon and Heather death drama. Laura Wright from General Hospital had scenes of Carly Spencer at Bobby's funeral, among others, on her reel. Nancy Lee Gran as Alexis Davis. I'm actually not sure what scenes she submitted. Same thing for Eileen Davidson playing Ashley Abbott on Y&R. I'm not exactly, I'm assuming it's whole part of the thing with her therapist and his evil twin based on the timeline. Melissa Claire Egan from Young and the Restless submitted some stuff for her character Chelsea, where her son Connor was really struggling with his OCD. And Sharon Case, who plays Sharon Newman on Young and the Restless, submitted stellar scenes of her and Linden Ashby and the Heather stuff while she was being tormented and having a breakdown. For me, Michelle's character on Y&R has been one note for a while. Missy does strong work. So does Nancy. Eileen's not even on contract, so I feel like her in outstanding lead category is kind of strange. I do think Sharon Case should win it, but I'm torn on her and Laura Wright. I feel like Laura could take it as well, specifically because these Bobby funeral scenes were so strong. But if I had to put my finger on it, I'm going to say Sharon Case. All right, the writing team for a daytime drama series. We have General Hospital, Y&R, and Days all nominated. Y&R won the WGA Writers Guild Award in 2025, but for the life of me, I don't know how. Maybe somebody from GH ran over a puppy that belonged to the head of the WGA, because Y&R is like watching paint dry a lot of days. Josh Griffith is a curse on the show, and he needs to go. GH had a lot of pains in the writer's room. It was a revolving door, and this nominations material falls in the midst of some of that upheaval. Days had a big writer change, but the new writer's work didn't start until April of this year. For all these reasons, I feel like GH should win it. And if Y&R wins it, I don't know. Maybe they should look into whether there's bribery. All right. The Daytime Emmy for Outstanding Daytime Drama Series is General Hospital, Young and the Restless, and Days of Our Lives. I would be horrified if any show but General Hospital won. Again, as I said, Young and the Restless has been like watching paint dry for the most part. Sometimes it'll get exciting, but then they drag stuff on too long. So even when it's exciting, people lose interest. And Days is Days. I mean, I love Days. It varies from good to campy. You know, it's a very old school soap in a lot of ways, that it is still very high drama camp, but sometimes it borders on parody. General Hospital is a cut above. That's what I feel like. I do think next year they're going to have some stiff competition from Beyond the Gates. So I think General Hospital is going to win it, but it might be their last win for a while.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.